Hey there folks, Luke here with the Outdoor Gear Review. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you very much for tuning in for this transmission, this episode, where it's a random lunch and chat. Episode 4, 5. Honestly, I can't remember what part this is. We've done a few of them, that's all I do know. Oh gosh, it is a nice day here in the high country. It's cold. Right now it's about 39 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's somewhat chilly. At least the sunshine feels good shining down on my face. There is a little bit of a breeze, and that's cooling me down pretty good. I've been pretty active. I just got done filming a tutorial, instructional video on how to set up a tarp and create doors with that tarp. So let's say you're out camping, it's snowing, the wind's really blowing. You could set up doors on your tarp to keep the majority of the snow out. So you guys have that to look forward to. I've also been filming some other really cool gear, which I'll show you at the end of the episode. But yeah, it's been a nice day. It started off pretty dang funny too. The trip out here was pretty interesting, I have to admit. So I have to drive through a small town and then go through an even smaller town, and then this property, Lone Wolf Mountain, is on the outskirts of that town. To give you the setup of this area, it's a section of road that's about a mile and a half long, and it's nothing but stores, and you have a stop at the beginning, you have a stop at the ending. So in the rest of the time it's just straight on through. So I pull into this area, stop at the first stop sign. It's a four-way stop. No one's coming, no one's walking, I continue on. Now, in the middle of this, there are a number of sections where the pedestrians can cross. But they're not stops, okay? Keep that in mind. It's a straight shot all the way through. So as I'm cruising through the middle of this, there's a car that's coming up from one of the side streets. They have to stop. I do not have to. I have the right of way to go straight on through. Well, as I'm going through, here comes this car, and it is this old lady. She looks like she has to be 90 years old. She's not stopping, but she's not really going either. She's just kind of edging out, and I'm not really sure what she's doing. And so we get to the point where here I am, here's her car, and she's like out in the road a good chunk. I can't really go around her without going into the other lane. And so I'm just like, go on. Well, she puts her window down and starts ripping me a new one. She's yelling at me, and I put my window down to listen to this, and I'm like, ma'am, I don't know what you want me to do here. You have a stop sign because you have to stop. I have the right of way to go straight on through. And so she looks at the stop sign, and then she drops the F-bomb. 90 years old, and I just got my butt reamed by this lady. So that's how my day started off. It was very interesting. It was it is unusual. I've thought about that since I got out here. And, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't anger me or anything like that. But, what type of place was that woman in to get so upset about something so stupid? That is one issue that really is facing our country today, is that everybody's so wound up, so uptight, they have so much free time on their hands that they worry about nonsense, they make big deals about everything. Yeah, the whole culture's gone, politically correct about everything, and I don't like that, because I believe in free speech. If someone wants to act like a moron, they can. Everybody has the right to say what they want to, do what they want to, and just because I don't like what they're saying doesn't mean they shouldn't have the right to say it or do it. And of course, there are limits to everything, but I'm sure you guys understand what I'm talking about. But, gosh, I kind of got off track there. I'm not entirely sure where I was going. But anyway, just everybody needs to calm down just a little bit. I don't know. It is such a weird time. People are weird. I don't know. For my lunch today, let's see, I have a chipotle tuna salad kit thing. Oh yeah, it's going to be pretty darn good. Now that I'm thinking about it, this video will go live on Thanksgiving. So while everybody's taking the day off, spending time with their family, maybe you guys will be full of turkey, you're kicking back, you're watching me on the computer, I don't know. But, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I can't believe that woman, that old lady, told me to F off. That's a first. Every once in a while, I'll meet somebody who you just can't talk to. You can't argue with them because, well, for whatever reason, common sense doesn't apply. There are just people like that out in the world. It doesn't bother me at all. People like to act and like to say things before they even consider knowing all the facts. It's really funny. Whew, I tell you what, gosh, this thing is spicy. Whew, that's one way to warm up. It seems so late in the day, but it's only like 3 o'clock. It gets dark so soon. I mean, within an hour and a half, the sun will be behind those mountains there. It'll be dark. With each of these episodes, I always ask you all, what is new? What's going on? Have any new gear? Been on any new trips? New life experiences? What's up, everybody? Whew, man, that tuna stuff is spicy. Typically, I don't mind a little bit of spice. I like warm, but I don't like hot. That's getting pretty hot for me. But still, pretty darn good. Now, I asked you all, what is new? For myself, oh, let's see. Lots going on with family and so on. My grandmother's health continues to deteriorate very, very quickly. I would say she probably has a month left. Going through the death of Susan's mom, you know, been able to pick up on some signs of things that take place before it happens. So, I mean, if it was my guess, it's coming soon. Besides that, all the family stuff, you know, work, family, a little bit of play here and there. Been doing lots of hiking, been testing out some terrific boots. My gosh, these are the most comfortable hiking boots I have ever worn. They may be the most comfortable boots in general that I have ever worn. Absolutely awesome. But yep, right now I'm in the planning phases of our next overnight trip. And when I say our, I'm talking about you, I'm talking about me. I think it's time to go do some exploring. There's a place that we went to, I think it was last year. I don't really remember, maybe the year before, something like that. And we explored quite a bit. That was a lot of fun, but I wanted to go further. For this trip, I will be using a piece of gear that was not designed for backpacking, but I saw this and I was like, wow, this thing is unusual. This could be used for backpacking with some tweaking. And so, yeah, I'm pretty excited to show this off to you, but we will wait. I want to wait until the episode actually comes out, until we go on the trip. Yeah, it's going to allow us to go light. It's going to allow us to go fast. And that's very important because where we're headed to is very, very, very steep. And I remember last time, just the weight of the backpack just kind of, as you're going uphill, just pulling on me. Oh man, it really wore my back out, made me pretty sore. And I do have back problems. So this time we're going to change things up. Mysterious, you know what I mean? Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of this episode, I have been out here playing with a tarp, setting it up so that it has doors, doing an instructional video. And I figured I'll just go ahead and show that off to you real quick. Show you what this tarp looks like. This is a very, very simple thing to do, and it's very effective too. So check this out. We've created a door. Only one small gap right here. Otherwise, no snow can get in. This really does work well. It is very, very effective. Depending on the storm, you may need 2 doors, one at each end, or sometimes you can have one end open. You know, just really depends on the situation. I'll go ahead and show you what it looks like here. Take a look at that. Very neat. I've always enjoyed working with tarps. It's like origami, pretty much. You fold it, you do this, you do that. Come up with all sorts of really cool shelter types. Talking about gear, did you guys notice that tarp? That's another thing coming up. Check those out. Gosh, fully waterproof. They really are amazing. I'll go up here to the car. I'll show you some more gear. That is our pop-up tent from our last overnight adventure. Here's another piece of kit. The Snug Pack Scorpion 3 tent. Guys, this thing is pretty darn impressive. 3-person tent, 4-season, very burly, very strong. I've been on a roll lately with some headlamps. We've done enough flashlights for a while. We're going to cover headlamps here. So we have a Nightcore HA20
This thing's pretty darn sweet. The red LEDs on this headlamp are some of the brightest that I have ever experienced and used. I really like this headlamp too. I've heard through the grapevine that many of you enjoy hammocks. So right here you have a Yukon Outfitters hammock. This has the integrated bug mesh with it. You'll be seeing that pretty soon. And of course, with any good hammock, you need a good rain fly too. Yukon Outfitters as well.
Yep. Lots of really good gear and lots more in the works, let me tell you. So here we are. I have one more cracker left for this stuff. It's gonna be a spicy one. Let's go all in. That's my style right there. All in. Woo! With it being Thanksgiving, there's certainly a lot that I am thankful for. For myself personally, life has not been necessarily easy. It's like everyone else's lives. It's a roller coaster. There are ups and there are downs. I have a beautiful family, a beautiful wife. I have good friends that I care about, that I hope care for me. They seem like they do. I'm thankful. I don't want to assume anything. I'm also very, very lucky in regards to the Outdoor Gear Review, because over the last 2 years since I started this channel, not only has it just exploded, but I've met some truly incredible people. To all those folks that I talk to on YouTube, on Facebook, it's just simply unreal. I have spoken to so many people about so many different things. Not all of it is about the outdoors. There's a lot of personal things we discuss. It's been an incredible last couple of years. Yeah, there's plenty of things that I could brag about, but I'm not interested in bragging. You know, I've been approached to do television shows and stuff like that, and I don't care. I don't want to do it. It's not my thing. I'm driving this ship. You know, I'm at the helm here, and this channel is going to go the way that I want to. And there's nothing that I could do on television that I can't do right now. I really am pleased with the channel. And going back to the people that I've met, it's just been absolutely amazing. I've met people who have really inspired me. Individuals who have certain disabilities that have overcome them. And man, it's touching to hear their stories and to see them press on. It's unreal. It's amazing to be able to present yourself on the internet in a form of a video and be able to meet and speak with so many like-minded people. And I just want to say, guys, thank you so much. It has truly been more than I ever expected. When I started the channel, I just figured that I could help people out, give some good tips, some good advice, and if I came across a good piece of gear, I could make a recommendation or something like that. This is so much more than what I expected. And guys, thank you, thank you, thank you. It really is appreciated. You know, talking about life, everybody has ups and downs. I've had some low points in my life, things that I will never talk about. But I can tell you that your attitude and your outlook will make all the difference in your present condition and in your future. The past it's gone. It's the past. You can't do anything about it, so forget about it and move on. Learn from the mistakes, learn from the bad things, and push forward. If I could give some advice to you all, is that everybody gets crapped on, but you have to keep pushing forward. And if you push forward with the right attitude, the right frame of mind, it's just like I am here with the Outdoor Gear Review. I'm driving this ship. You could drive your life too. You could take it to where you want it. And sadly, most people will not take responsibility for themselves in that way. And so they just kind of go through the daily motions, and they continue to get crapped on and have a bad attitude. And really, having a bad attitude usually brings on the crapping, if you know what I'm saying here. But there are a few people who will stand up and take control of their lives, and who will go on to do amazing things. And they don't have to be rich, they just have to be happy, and that's what it's all about. Does anybody like it when I get off onto these tangents? I don't know. So what about you all? What are you all thankful for? What's in your life that you just love, that you're so appreciative to have? So guys and gals, I want to thank you all very much for watching this episode. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone all around the world. Even if it's not officially Thanksgiving for you, we all have a lot to be thankful for. This is a pretty amazing planet that we live on. There's no doubt about that. So with that being said, turn this off, head outside. It doesn't matter if it's cold, if it's windy, if it's raining or snowing. There's always a way to get outside, my friends. I promise you that. Until next time, strength and honor, take care, be well.